First of all, what is a veteran? Some would assume it's a guy who was in the Army Force or something, right? No, of course not. A veteran is someone who serves their country and comes home to their families. These men know better than all of us that there are others who do not return to their families, did not come home. But these men and women have given their life to this country because their service to our nation has made them someone to look up to, learn from, be guided by. These veterans give time, put their life on the line so that we may have a pleasant life, and they did a fantastic job. They give this country so much on top of all the time and vigorous fighting they've already given. Veterans are important to our future because we might be driving blind without their guidance. Their wisdom far exceeds that of our youth, and they are vital because through their experiences we learn how to best proceed in our society. Wisdom is gained through the experiences of these veterans, and we cannot take that for granted. Veterans have invaluable familiarity with war times. They have incredible stories of real life that we think of as plain history, and knowledge that can greatly benefit our youth. Their experience of war can teach young men and women of the requirements for enlisting, not what forms they need to fill out or where to take them. No, our youth can find that out on some website. It can teach them what they need to have in their personality, how they will need to behave in boot camp and in war, teach them what kind of person they will need to be a successful soldier. They have the knowledge to provide for our young men and women with what they'll have to endure in times of war and even in boot camps, and how to prevent their morale from falling away from all their loved ones when fighting somewhere they may not be familiar with. They can teach them bravery, courage, and how to overcome their fears of what war may hold, and instead learn to become the type of person the next generation will look up to as well. These men have important experience with the events leading up to a war. They understand what life was like in war and with how our country decided to handle the issue of an upcoming war. They saw firsthand what worked, what was successful, and what caused damage. They know what is necessary for the country to do to successfully achieve our goals in a time of war. They have the knowledge necessary to teach our young people how to handle the situations they feel weren't handled well during these times, because they have the experience to know what needs to be done, what works, and what has and will be unsuccessful. They have the knowledge to know what is best for our country, and the youth of this nation have both the power and opportunity to be the driving force behind it and ensure what's best for our nation. These men and women who have served our country, who have enlisted for the purpose of putting others' lives ahead of their own, and have given so much of themselves to the Navy, Marine Corps, Army, Air Force, have also gained experience as a human. They have not only learned what happens in war, what that means, or how to best approach those situations. They made mistakes and learned how to correct them, learned what it means to be human, learned life lessons. These men and women have learned some of those lessons through war, and they can help our youth to better understand life and what to expect when going through life and all the tough times it will often put them through, as well as the benefits of living a sensible life. Not only have they learned what to do when you enlist, when war is upon the nation, and what to do in dangerous, frightening situations, they also lived and understand the best way to get through tough times without crumbling, as well as the vital importance of treasuring all the good times life has mixed in with rough patches. I think we take veterans for granted. I believe we need to listen to our veterans. They know so much about the ins and outs of life: war, death, suffering, winning battles, losing battles, saving lives, and making history. We can't know how they lived, and it's time for us to open our ears and listen to their voice because they know so much that we can learn from. Why are veterans important to our history? They are our history, our living and breathing history. Why are they important to our future? They can teach us how to use our history to best guide our future actions. Veterans have learned to live, and through them and their knowledge we can learn how to thrive.